Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are embarking on a journey into the world of homeopathy and shining a spotlight on homeopathic medicine with the unique healing properties. So yes, I'm talking about Bovista Lycoperdon. So if you are curious about homeopathy or seeking natural alternatives for certain health concerns, then this video is definitely for you. So watch this video till end for more knowledge and stay connected with us for more informative videos like this. So join me as we unravel the characteristics, indications, and potential benefits of Bovista Lycoperdon in homeopathic medicine. So let's talk about Bovista. So homeopathic medicine Bovista is of great clinical significance and can manage several skin complaints. Among these, Artic Area, Eczema, and acne are in the top list. It also acts well on the female genitals, especially cases of heavy menses and vaginal discharges like licoria. And lastly, it works wonderfully well to control bleeding from various parts of the body. Now, next, we'll talk about the constitution of Bovista. So, Bovista is suitable for those who have a tendency of frequent bleeding from nose and gums. It also suits children who have stammering problems quite well. Next, we'll talk about the drug action of Bovista. So, Bovista has a marked action on the skin and female genitals, as I've already said, and its results are well known on the circulatory system and the capillaries, in which it helps manage bleeding from various body parts. It also acts well on the mouth, teeth, gums, nose, and gastric system. Next, we'll talk about the clinical indications. So, Bovista can be used in Artic Area, eczema, acne, menstruation disorder, heavy bleeding, heavy menses, intermenstrual bleeding, licoria, ovarian cyst, hemorrhages, nose bleeding, that is epistaxis, corns, warts, abdominal pain, gas, constipation, diarrhea, and nausea. Now, in order to make it understandable, now one by one, I will be explaining each and every clinical indication in an elaborated manner so that you can understand this medicine quite well. Let's talk about scope of Bovista Lycoperdon as a homeopathic medicine. So its first action is on the skin complaints like urticaria, eczema, itching, corns, warts, and acne. So let's talk about it in brief. Okay. So, Bovista is really suitable to treat several skin issues. Mainly, its use is recommended to treat cases of urticaria. Urticaria refers to itchy, raised bumps, which are also called as wheals on the skin, appearing suddenly, usually from an allergic reaction. It gives magnificent result in these cases, and the most striking feature for its use is urticaria, which has gone worse from bathing. Other than this, its use is also suggested if urticaria worsens on walking in the morning. A very unique feature that may be present in urticaria is accompanied by diarrhea, which means loose stool. It is a wonderful medicine to help those who are suffering from eczema. Eczema is basically a skin inflammation causing itchy rashes, dry patches, flakiness, or blisters or cracks on the skin. An eczema, it can be administered in two scenarios. Firstly, it can be given when there is redness of the skin along with itching and burning. Secondly, it can be used in cases presenting thick moist crust on the skin and there occurs eruptions on the skin that itches and emit fluid. Thick crust form on these eruptions with collections of pus underneath. Another complaint where this medicine is quite helpful is skin itching that increases particularly as it gets warm. The itching is not relieved by scratching, and apart from these, it is well suited to treat cases of corns means hardened skin layers which develop from increased pressure or friction on skin, mostly on the feet. And it is also helpful in treating warts. Warts are the small bumps on the skin which are caused by HPV, that is human papilloma virus. To use this medicine for the treatment of the corns and the warts, the most important symptom to look for is shooting pain in the affected area. And Bovista is the best homeopathic medicine to treat acne, means pimples, that result from the overuse of cosmetics. It is also used to treat pimples that get worse in summers. And Bovista is also indicated when blunt object leaves a deep impression on the skin. Next important feature for its use is intolerable itching at the tip of the coccyx, which is the tailbone. And lastly, it is a valuable medicine to relieve itching on the scalp that get worse from warmth. There is a desire to scratch the scalp until sores. Next sphere of action of Bovista is on women related problems, that is female genitals. So here we'll talk about the heavy menses, intermenstrual bleeding, clicoria, and ovarian cyst. Let's talk about it. So various women related issues can be treated wonderfully with this medicine. Firstly, it is useful in the cases of early and heavy periods when there is more menstrual bleeding at night. Before the commencement of the menses, painful bearing down pain is felt in the genitals, and during menses, bruised pain in the abdomen, thighs, and lower back can be felt. Secondly, it can be given in the cases of intermenstrual bleeding, and it is a well indicated medicine when periods appear after a gap of every 2 weeks. The blood is dark and has clots. Another complaint where Bovista works well is licoria, which means vaginal discharges, and it is hugely beneficial in treating vaginal discharges that are either like white of an egg or green colored and thick that leaves green spot behind. The discharges get worse while walking and so after periods. A very peculiar symptom which indicates the use of Bovista is diarrhea, particularly before and during menses. It can also effectively deal with the cases of ovarian cyst, that is a fluid filled sac in the ovaries. The next use of Bovista is for the perspiration. So Bovista is also predominantly used to treat the cases of excessive sweating in the axilla, means armpit. And sweating in the armpit with the smell of an onion or a garlic is a classic feature for its use. Other than this, it has the ability to manage the cases where excessive sweating on the chest occurs in the morning. The next use of Avista is for the mouth, basically for the dryness of mouth dryness and the crust formation in the mouth. Okay, so let's talk about it. So it helps in the cases of excessive dryness in the mouth, and one may have a feeling as if there is a sand in the mouth. In such cases, there is offensive smell in the mouth, and other than this, it is a valuable medicine in the cases of those who stammer. And lastly, it is used in the cases of soreness and crust at the corners of the mouth. The next use of Avista is for the teeth and the gums complaint like bleeding gums and toothache. So, Bovista acts well on the teeth and the gums. It is highly preferred in cases of bleeding gums, especially when one sucks one's own gums by drawing in the inner wall of the mouth. It is also an important medicine to control bleeding after tooth extractions, and it is also indicated to manage aching and drawing pain in the decayed teeth. It worsens in the evening and get better in the warmth. The next use of Avista is for the nasal problems like epistaxis and blocked nose. So Bovista has a marked action on the nose. This medicine can take care of the cases of nasal bleeding, that is epistaxis. There are few major indications to use it in cases of nasal bleeding, and it include nose bleeding from an injury or bleeding in the early morning during sleep. Additionally, it is also indicated when bleeding from the nose occurs in drop when one blows his nose and upon sneezing. In women, if nose bleeding occurs along with irregularity in the menses, even then it is a major remedy. This medicine can also be used to treat the cases of blocked nose that is worse when lying down, attended with trouble in breathing, discharge or watery discharge from the nose as well. The next use of the Bovista is for the gastric issues like abdomen pain, diarrhea, and constipation. And this is the last use. So let's talk about it. So Bovista is a very beneficial medicine for treating various gastric issues. It is useful in the cases of abdomen pain and the pain which gets better after a meal. Bending double exercise also relieve it. And other symptoms are gas in the abdomen with bloating. Wearing tight clothes around the waist may make one uncomfortable. It is also administered in cases of nausea that occurs before breakfast. There may be empty bops. A sensation of lump of ice is felt in the stomach. Another indication for the use of Wabista is in diarrhea among elderly people. It gets worse in the early morning and at night. It is a leading medicine to manage diarrhea in women before and during menses. This medicine can also be given to those who are suffering from constipation. It is administered in those cases when the first part of the stool is hard but subsequently followed by thin and watery stool. Along with constipation, there is a gas and rumbling sensation in the abdomen. So these are the various conditions where Bovista Lycoperdon can be used successfully. Now let's talk about the doses. So Bovista Lycoperdon can be used from low to high potency. In low potency, its repetition can be frequent, but in higher potencies, frequent repetition is not recommended. It should be avoided. So, in conclusion, I want to say that Bovista Lycoperdon is a versatile and effective homeopathic medicine which is offering relief for a variety of conditions, particularly to those related to the skin, menstrual cycle, and neurological issues. So, if you are considering homeopathic treatment, it's always best to consult with a professional homeopath to ensure the right remedy and doses for your need. Don't take them by yourself. Okay, always consult a homeopathic doctor. You can consult me. So that's all for today. If you find this video informative, helpful, and especially valuable, so please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell for more insights into the world of homeopathy and natural healing. So thank you so much for joining me on this exploration of Bovista Lycoperdon as a homeopathic medicine. So take care. Until next time, see you guys in the next video. Till then, stay safe and stay healthy. And if you are suffering from any of the health issues, you can contact us for online appointments. On the screen, you can see how to contact us. So that's it for now, and thank you so much for watching this video.